Assalamu alaikum and welcome everybody to another episode of the Four Brothers podcast, where your four brothers give their hot takes on trending world topics and unfortunately sports as well. तो शुरू करते हैं आज का टॉपिक, पाकिस्तान की परफॉर्मेंस वर्ल्ड कप में अभी तक. कोई थॉट्स कोई शेयर करना चाहेगा? किसी में दम है थॉट्स शेयर करने में? पाकिस्तान की परफॉर्मेंस के क्या गुफ्तगू होनी भी चाहिए?
Yeah, I can start. And today is Friday, October the 28th.
Right?
And yesterday was a really tough day. Honestly, I was in the States and
हमारे इस भाई को तो दिन ही नहीं पता था आज का यार. और आपने तो कहा था शोएब मलिक को नहीं खेलना चाहिए. अब थोड़ा सा बताएं, शोएब मलिक को खेलना चाहिए या नहीं? 40 प्लस शायद बेहतर खेलता यार. ये क्या नौजवानों ने कर दिया हमारे साथ यार. जिम्बाब्वे ये क्या हरकत है
यार. I don't know how you have that energy. I'm just lost. It's sad.
यार वही ना मेरा
pathetic,
आपकी तो सैडनेस है, मेरे में तो थोड़ा सा बर्निंग पैशन आप कहने हो रहा है. ये मुझे समझ से बाहर है यार. मैं उस दिन हम कनाडा में रहते हैं, फजर के टाइम उठा, मैं कहा अल्लाह से दुआ करते हैं आखिरी ओवर तक ठीक चल जाएगा सब कुछ, लेकिन बस यार
आखिरी ओवर भी it started off so good. It was 11 off 6 and we did 7 in 2 runs and it's 4 off 4. Who loses on 4 off 4 in World Cup T20s against a minnow team? It's Zimbabwe. And it's not like a test team, like a class A team. And no offense to Zimbabwe, I mean I'm happy for you guys. Good job. But it's just a tragedy really with Team Pakistan. Really difficult. The worst part was Nawaz. Nawaz was the culprit who lost us the match with India a few days ago. And then Nawaz also lost us this match. He just couldn't close out. But I guess Pakistan ki finish game weak hai. Just can't close out matches, which is not good.
अच्छा मैं ना बात करना चाहता हूँ. I want to take a few statements back. आप सही कह रहे हैं यार, मेरे से गलती हो गई है. एक 40 साल के बंदा शोएब मलिक हमारे सारे यंगस्टर से ज़्यादा अच्छा खेलता है. सो आई टेक दैट बैक. शोएब मलिक को टीम में रखना चाहिए था. मैं ट्वीट करता हूँ अभी, उसको वापस टीम में डालो. मेरे से गलती होगी. मैं चाह रहा था टीम को कॉन्फिडेंस मिले कि होपफुली द टीम कैन परफॉर्म वेल. वो ट्वीट पढ़ के उनकी कॉन्फिडेंस ना खत्म हो जाए कि हम पाकिस्तान हमें सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा.
आपकी ट्वीट पढ़ के कॉन्फिडेंस
जो भी हो, I wanted the team to do well, but it clearly shows Shoaib Malik at his 40s is more fit than our team and is better than our team. There is no middle order batsman that's better than Shoaib Malik. In fact, Shoaib Malik को सानी मिर्जा को दोनों टीम में खेलना चाहिए क्योंकि उनकी केमिस्ट्री हमारे प्लेयर्स की केमिस्ट्री से ज़्यादा अच्छी है. हाँ,
और आइंदा हम बीवियों के बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे.
दूसरी बात, हम बीवी के बारे में बात नहीं करनी चाहिए. मुझे पता नहीं क्यों हेट मैंने, मैं तो मजाक कर रहा था. एनीवेज, सेकंड थिंग, ये जूनियर लीग नहीं है गाइस. दिस इज नॉट अ जूनियर लीग. ये सकीन मुश्ताक ने हमें कहा था कि दिन होता है, रात होती है, उसका हार जीत होती है. दिन रात को हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन हार जीत को तो कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं ना. यू नो व्हाट आई मीन? लाइक दिस इज नॉट अ जूनियर लीग. ये नहीं कि हम सारे बहन भाई आके खेलते हैं क्रिकेट, मजा आएगा चाहे हार जीत हो. नो, यू गॉट टू हैव पैशन. यू हैव टू हैव पैशन टू विन. माइकल जॉर्डन, द होल टीम वाज स्कैर्ड ऑफ हिम, एंड देन बाबर आजम. कुछ नहीं होता है, हम एक टीम हारे हैं, कुछ नवाज की गलती है यार. सारे बताओ उसको उसकी गलती है. ऑब्वियसली उसको भी पता है, लेकिन आई एम डन विद दिस. टीम की तरह हारे हैं. वी नीड टू नॉट प्ले लाइक अ जूनियर लीग. दिस इज you need to hold each player accountable. Simple as that. And we need a captain who people can look up to. His work ethic.
Yeah, let me talk about that.
Talk about it, please. मुझे गुस्सा चढ़ रहा है.
I was past tense. I was the biggest Babar Azam fan. I watched his games live in Lahore. He did a century in front against Australia. He's a great cricketer, amazing batsman, very much in form. But he's not. Look at this World Cup. What did he do? 0. First ball out against India. LBW. 0. And what we reviews are kar di upar se. He took a review and it was cleared.
Yeah.
And this match against Zimbabwe, guess how many runs he did? 4.
चौका
4, not एक चौका था.
चौका था ना.
One, only one. And he
सोचा बाउंड्री कर दी तो मेरा काम खत्म.
No, that's not enough. And honestly, forget about his batting. All right, you have off streaks and stuff. And he said, this too shall pass. At this point, I think Babar Azam, you too shall pass now. He should, he really needs to change his captaincy style. Very weak captaincy. He does not let go of the opening position. He should not open. He's not a good opener. It's been proven at this point. I think, like Rizwan said, accountability. There's literally no accountability. The captain needs to take ownership. He's the one driving the team. The coach needs to take ownership. They drive the team. I really think they've done well in the last year. You know, they had a decent World Cup last time. They had a decent Asia Cup. They had a decent series against England. They just beat New Zealand in the tri-series. But if you look at the surface, that's at the surface level, they did well. But if you look a little deeper, in the Asia Cup, they barely won. And that was because Naseem Shah did some heroics at the last minute against Afghanistan to propel us in the finals. Otherwise, we were out.
Yeah.
And secondly, against the series in England, the 3 matches we won, barely won. Scrapped through. Haris Rove did some theatrics and hat-tricks and almost hat-tricks. But he almost got us through, and we won those 3 games. Against this series against New Zealand and Bangladesh was there. That's enough said. I mean, you don't lose to them.
Yeah.
Lastly, though, I think coming out of this World Cup, because we're now basically done, we were going to be exiting after the first stage. There should be some changes to the team. The coach should take the first responsibility and, quite frankly, should be let go. And secondly, the captaincy should probably remain with Babar, but he should be forced to make some changes. You shouldn't.
No, I agree with you. But just I want to make something a little bit clear. Of course, in our first discussion about these matches leading up to the World Cup, we had excitement. We were backing up our Pakistani team. And I think just a disclaimer, having emotions about losing, of course, we're going to be a little bit angry with our team and the players and the things that they're doing and also the way they're handling this, right? We need them to have some sort of accountability. But Hasib, you and I were talking about this a little bit. Share your thoughts about how, coming out of a loss, how do we make sure that these guys still raise their heads high and come back stronger, right? Like, of course, we disliked what happened, but at the end of the day, like we said in our previous discussion, we need to be motivating these youngsters. I don't want the message to come across that we're so upset and now we've given up on them. Of course, we want to give them or help them succeed in any way as fans as well, right, of our own country.
Absolutely. Vese, going into the match with Zimbabwe, I knew 100% Pakistan was going to lose. You can't pull a joke like sending the fake Pak bean over to Zimbabwe and then get away with it. Okay, that doesn't happen at all. Talking about karma. Like, seriously, that's a huge karma right there. You don't go around sending a fake Pak bean, right, Mr. Bean, the fake version of him, from Pakistan over for a week, fooling everyone, thinking he is Mr. Bean, and people are taking photos and so on. This guy is pretending, and then he gets away with it for a week.
Karma.
Yeah. So that's absolutely karma. No way. Even the Zimbabwe president, he tweeted, he's like, yeah, we got you. We got you. Yeah. So the point is this, that in seriousness, though, I think the problem with Pakistan team is when it comes to T20, they don't really understand the importance of the last 2 overs. The last 2 overs are the most important overs within the match of T20 cricket, because that's where pressure comes in. It all comes down to, you can lose a winning match, which has happened twice now. We've lost both winning matches at the very last 2 overs. Mm-hmm. The reason why is because of same thing, captaincy. Our captaincy does not have that charm and that way to pull the team together. And everyone thinks they're part of like a junior league or something, and they lose their cool. I'm going to make a comparison that's completely out of this world. I'm going to compare cricket to MMA just for a little bit. I'm an MMA fan. On the same weekend, there was a match between Isam Makachev and Charles Oliveira. Look at the perspective, look at the mindset those two came in to the stage, to the ring, to the octagon. They were literally both of the players came into the intention with that they are going to win this. You could see it in their eyes. And then look at the perspective of Islam Makachev. Losing was not an option for him whatsoever. He trained not to lose. He came in with the motivation and with the courage not to lose. And behind him was his entire teammates who were as emotional. And the perspective was, if you don't win this match, it's game over. Doesn't matter about the next match or anything. The pressure was on, and they all handled the pressure very well. Pressure is good. Pressure is good in sports. So first off, cricket's here, MMA is here. Like, there's no comparison. MMA is a way higher end sport. So, but the point is, these kids, they need to understand how to take on pressure in the last 2 overs and bring it to a solid close. Like, unbelievable how we lost.
I have a point in that. Take India's player, Hardik Pandya. Okay, yeah. No disrespect to him. He's a great batsman. His bowling, compared to our bowlers, is average. Our bowlers are better than him. His confidence is so high compared to our bowlers that his confidence makes him a better player than our players.
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya, like, kudos to him, full of confidence. Hamare players ke ye masla, they have no confidence. We need to have selection in our team based on 3 criteria.
Yeah.
Confidence, himmat, dum, and balls. Being the 4th criteria. We have no balls.
Let me break it
That's
down for you, Yad. Let me break it down for you. And you get ready for this one. If, hypothetically, the Pakistani team and the Cricket World Cup teams went to a club, you know, they're there trying to get some girls. And to get girls, you need confidence, Yad. If the Indian team went, Virat Kohli, Hardik Pandya, bro, all the girls be all over them. If the Australian team goes, Aaron Finch, the girls be all over them. If the English team goes, Josh Butler, Moeen Ali. If Pakistan goes, bro, they're going to be like those loser kids in the corner of the clubs, you know. No one's looking at them.
क्लबिंग की एनालॉजी लगाई है.
I'm just saying.
अभी आप कहाँ से वैसे फिर के आए हैं?
I just came from Vegas, so, you know, it's a bit relevant. But my point is, lack of confidence, man. Their body language,
No, I see what you're saying.
They came to the Zimbabwe match against Zimbabwe, guys. Zimbabwe. Let me just repeat that. Who loses to Zimbabwe?
इससे अच्छा तो पाक बीन वाला बंदा खेल सकता था.
No, but respect to Zimbabwe, man.
These guys came, no confidence. Their body language was weak. You could tell in the opening overs they were struggling. In the middle overs they were struggling. Near the end they had no confidence. Like we're gonna lose this game. You could tell they were ready to lose the game from the beginning. So
yeah. No, and your opponent sees
just
that.
Sad. Yeah.
Your opponent
of course,
sees
they feed
that.
off that.
You know, like we've all played sports, our fair share in school, and even now a little bit of weekly, you know, sportings that we do. I really like the analogy.
That we do.
Sportings, yeah. Look, it's
yeah,
it's a trendy word. We're pretty young. We're pretty young, folks.
No. Like there's some guy on the commented like we're over 50. We're like, Bande, where do we look like over 50?
Yeah, abhi to aap sare Pakistani team ke bacche keh rahe ho, to I think you guys are over.
Like 49 ka yaar, 49. But 49.
No, but I really like the comparison you did of Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
And Islam Makhachev, you know, he walks out little to no concern on his face. The people behind him, like you mentioned, no concern on their face. They have Khabib behind him, of course, and you know that gives a boost of confidence. You know the coaching that
teammates
you have.
matter, man.
And they walk in, they get the job done, they walk out, and they're happy.
Yeah.
Right? It's like they knew that you know this is what was meant to be the outcome. And our Pakistan team, I don't think they have that in them.
Man, I think like if you put like a Dr. Saab, you should get them an EKG machine or something, man. Like put it against their hearts, like they'll break the machine. That's how fast their hearts must be beating. But like to your point, like the cold-blooded killers, right?
That's right.
The champions of the world. These guys have confidence, man. They know it's pressure situations will come out. At the end of the day, let me just tell you one thing. If you look back at the India and Pakistan match, and hats off to India, Virat Kohli, like you're a legend. Period. After the match, he was crying his head off, and so was Hardik Pandya. We like these guys. But when it's game time, look how poised and stoic they are. Yeah. But after the game, they let their emotions out. Very natural. No issues.
I didn't know that.
The same goes for Khabib. After he won his championship, look at how many emotions he had. Islam, that guy's just a G, so can't say anything about him. But my point is, emotions are good, but not in the game. You got to be strong, and you got to be poised. You got to be focused.
They're not worried about losing. Losing is not in their dictionary. In our dictionary, sorry.
Dictionary.
But in our dictionary, obviously it doesn't say that, but it should not be.
That's the body language, yeah. So here's a question.
It should not even be said.
So here's a question. This is the general question then. How does an athlete gain confidence? That's
a good question.
So my perspective is this. There's two things. One is skill, talent, and then practice. So I think you have to balance out all three. If you're missing in one of those regards, if you're missing in one of those principles, whether it's you haven't built up your skills or changed your skills or improved your skills for the next World Cup or the next tournament, that'll decrease your confidence. If you're not practicing enough, that will of course decrease your confidence. That's a directly proportional aspect.
I'll tell you, it has to come upward, I think. Upwards to down. Like the management should instill such values. I think the coaching staff, the leadership staff, the batting coach, bowling coach, the head coach, they should instill said confidence and tell them, you're going out. I don't care if you get out in two overs, 1 over, 1 ball, 2 ball. Your job is to do X. Go and deliver X. Period. And
No,
that's
man.
Yeah.
I think it has to come from within. It has to come from like that
you leave no
drive.
stone unturned. You over prepare. You know.
Over prepare.
And there is such thing as sports psychiatry. It does matter into play, and if you need it, tell your coach you need it. Don't hide it. This is one team we're here to win. But leave no stone unturned. Make sure you're over prepared for your matches.
I think, look, it's you train your body, but you also have to train your mind.
Yeah.
And I think the MMA piece, it's very important because, like, even in children, when they're learning how to fight, what's one of the biggest aspects that dojos, implement or work on? It's discipline.
Discipline.
It's the mindset of a person.
Shout out to Cobra Kai. Yeah.
What?
You guys haven't seen Cobra Kai?
I tried. I couldn't
Is that
watch
like
it.
the
It's like the
a
future of-
continuation of
Yeah.
Karate Kid?
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
It's basically like a high school romance with like backdrop of karate.
Nice.
But
Yeah, but
Cobra Kai
I guess
mentality.
बात
Fight hard,
ये
no
है,
mercy.
हमारे पाकिस्तानी
Strike
क्रिकेट
first,
प्लेयर्स
yeah.
को कराटे की क्लासेस चाहिए.
There you go. That's easy as that.
Zabardast. That's the solution. That's the
नहीं,
solution.
वाकई में, like, discipline, mindset, they train their body maybe, but the mind, I don't think it's on.
Let them-
It's not on their mind.
I think they'll break every bone in their body if they practice MMA, but yeah. These, like, cricket is not in the same sports aspect as MMA, so
But even basketball, man. Like, I think,
yeah.
well, like Kobe Bryant, for example, the mindset of him, like Black Mamba,
May he rest in peace.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, the man left a legacy.
Absolutely.
Stone cold killer. There's this famous video of him, like a ball is like being pushed into his face, and he's just standing
Yeah,
there.
Matt
You know?
Barnes was
Yeah.
pushing the ball at his face. He doesn't care.
There was
He's
a
locked
doc.
in.
Did you see the Redeem Team documentary on Netflix recently?
Like, there you
Basically,
go.
the USA team was losing, and then finally recruited Kobe. Bro, put everyone in their place.
Yeah.
All the entire team. Like LeBron was there, D Wade was there, Carmelo was there,
He
but
set the pace.
he completely changed the team. That's true leadership, I'd say. That's
Yeah.
the type of leader we
Yeah,
need.
we need a leader like that who lives by example and who doesn't take no as an answer.
So here's my question to you guys: what's next for Team Pakistan?
I think we're out.
Short term, long term.
this
What do you say?
This is what I say. I think the captain needs to change. We've tried him for 2 years. I
Who?
mean, Babar.
But
They
who
need to
should
step up.
take his reins?
Someone better than Babar. I would say.
Shoaib
someone who
Malik?
can- Maybe no.
Maybe Shoaib Malik?
Yeah, Shoaib Malik. Man, I should have.
That's it, Shoaib Malik.
Shoaib Malik would have
Needs to come
definitely won us those 2 matches. I can say that with confidence. He's also a guy who does have more confidence than most of our team members or team players at the moment. But no, captain को कोई पता नहीं. We don't know who can be captain. सारे एक ही तरह लग रहे हैं अभी मुझे. Well, we'll see. They'll have to decide. But there needs to be a change.
I see. What else? What do you say? What's next?
Next for the team.
Yes.
Honestly, I could care less. The way they lost in those 2 matches, I don't really care. I really like. I'm like one thing that the audience needs to understand is, I am a casual cricket fan. I only come out when India and Pakistan play. But and if they win, then I'll start watching further. That's the type of fan I am. I'm more of an MMA guy. But coming back to what's next for the Pakistan team, they need to establish some fundamentals, and that comes through discipline, what we discussed, and then regain their confidence. They have the skill and the talent. It's just more so training their mind.
But do they really have the skill and talent? That's my question.
I think they do, absolutely.
all the wins they have are like scraping by, like with the skin of their
I
teeth.
think they have the skill. I just think they need to work on, like what I said, confidence. They need
Yeah.
to work on, not taking losses as it's okay.
Mhm.
I think they just need to work on the confidence and team dynamic, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with most points, and I do think the training the mind piece is a very big deal for the Pakistan team. Of course, these guys train for their cricket matches, but it's really, I do think it would be a game changer if they come in with the same confidence that we've seen other, like, all-star players come in with. Like you mentioned, Virat Kohli and Hardik Pandya. I had no idea that they had emotions right after the match, and it just shows, right? Nerves of steel. They had that, so I think Pakistan team needs to develop that. I do think, let's wrap up this conversation. A lot of good...
you got to mention, Pakistan beat India in the walnut head smashing competition.
तो आप क्रिकेट के कैजुअल फैन लेकिन वॉलनट स्मैशिंग
Oh yeah, absolutely. Walnut का तो smashing यार
अच्छा।
बस मैं बड़ा closely follow करता हूँ.
कितने थे उसने कितने अपने सर से
I don't
तोड़े
know.
थे?
I can't remember.
257
Wow. 257.
और इंडिया ने 239 ऐसा था कुछ.
Amazing.
चलें guys, thank you for listening to our commentary. You share with us what you think the Pakistani team should do and what the future holds for them and how best they can come back and regain the lost confidence that they've put in their fans. Until next time, the Four Brothers Podcast, signing out.